Well, it's the first week in November, which means... Wait, it's the first week of November, which means... I'm late! Oh, I should have been doing this like months ago. Yeah, I'm in a bad mood. Halloween's finally over, which means, yep, the Christmas decorations have been up at Target for at least a month now, and I just... I tell you what, nothing makes me angrier than seeing Christmas decorations up before December. Like, Halloween's my favorite holiday, and you completely ruined it by shoving all this holiday cheer down my throat, and it's just companies preparing people to spend all their money for the holidays, and we just got done with Halloween, and we haven't even done November yet, and I just... Video game trailers. We all like...
When you've got a new video game, then you've also got the immense hurdle of marketing that game. What do you think? You could just ask GameStop to sell your game and that'll be enough for people to buy it? Of course not. People are gonna go straight for the new Call of Duty because it looks way more exciting than... What is that? Super Mario Galaxy? No thanks. I'll stick with my annual Shooty McShoot gun game, thank you very much. You've got to find a way to tell people that A, your game exists, and 2, what your game is all about, and for the love of God, make it snappy. I've got fingernail clipping in 50 seconds. That's where the video game trailer comes in. A quick video plopped online to alert people that a game exists and that they should, get this, buy it.
But my fingernails, ooh, new Spider-Man game!
Now, while many games get plenty of trailers from reveal to launch, arguably the most important of those trailers is the first one. The first trailer of a game can absolutely make or break its sales. It's what makes everyone aware of a game, and as such, it needs to do a good job of selling that game, because if it doesn't, then people are going to lose interest. People have a tendency to go, I didn't give a piss about this game when you first showed it off, and there's nothing you could do to change my mind. First impressions are important. If you don't hook someone right away, then there's a good chance they're not going to care. Obviously, there are exceptions to that. Sometimes you can win a lot more people over on the second try, but the majority of the time, you're going to need to make your game look as appealing as possible in that first trailer.
And in my opinion, the best way to get someone's attention is to look random thing! Ow.
Now, what about when trailers weren't really a thing? I mean, as hard as it is to believe, the internet hasn't been around forever, so how did companies market their games back in the Stone Age?
Well, this one says Horizon 2 is coming next year. Oh, I know. It's a drawing of a buffalo.
Well, there were some commercials on TV, but not everyone was guaranteed to see those. Granted, not everyone sees a trailer online, but at least they can look it up if they missed it. Commercials are a lot more up in the air if people will see them or not. Sure, commercials may be a lot more repetitive nowadays, but I don't know how bad it was in the 80s. I'm
not old enough to be talking about video game magazines.
The main way to learn about new games in the 80s and early 90s was with video game magazines, and I would show you an example of one, but all I have is this October 2017 edition of Entrepreneur, and I'm not really sure what Bobby Flay has to do with the release of Mega Man 3. But magazines like Nintendo Power and Electronic Gaming Monthly were the prime way to get more information about new games coming. You could just flip through and go, oh hey, Super Mario Bros. 3 is coming, or oh hey, here's an advertisement for shoes.
But I didn't say here to talk about paper, I sat here to decay brain cells.
After the creation of dedicated video player websites and a steady increase in video quality, companies finally began posting trailers online so no one would be forced to watch a 144p video of someone recording a 144p trailer at E3. But that's pretty much where we're at today. Now pretty much anything that even closely resembles a video game gets an official trailer posted online, finally, the way God intended. You know we've truly peaked as a society when Nintendo gives a Peppa Pig game the same amount of attention as Tetris Effect.
Well, now that we've established that horrifying reality, let's take a look at what actually makes up a trailer.
A game's first trailer can really be anything. It can be any length, show lots of gameplay or no gameplay, and it can tell us everything about a game or absolutely nothing. Sometimes we'll just get a quick 30-second teaser, sometimes we'll get a decently length trailer that shows us a game and a few key features, and sometimes we'll get a fairly long trailer that takes a deep dive into some of the mechanics, and sometimes we get Square Enix revealing Guardians of the Galaxy for like 20 minutes at E3 2021.
And here's where I launched into my 3-point plan on how to make a good trailer. Number 1. Don't do what Square Enix did with Guardians of the Galaxy at E3 2021.
I'm okay if you want to make a gameplay breakdown, but don't do it during a big show like E3 or even a Nintendo Direct or State of Play. Nobody wants to see you talk about a game for 20 fucking minutes, not even the people that are genuinely interested in the game. You can post a gameplay breakdown after the presentation just by itself and that's fine, but you're gonna lose everyone's attention if you spend too much time on a game. Because watching this trailer, I went very quickly from, hey, this looks pretty fun, to not caring about it at all. Again, first impressions are very strong, so if people are interested in a game, they're probably gonna buy it. So you don't need to spend so much time explaining every mechanic in the game. If someone thinks the game looks fun, then they'll buy it. Just show the game and move on, and if people want to see more, then you could do this deep dive some other time. Otherwise, the people that are excited are going to stop caring, and the people that were only somewhat interested are going to give up completely.
Yeah, I can't give them too much flack. At least they actually showed gameplay. They showed too much gameplay, but at least they actually showed gameplay.
Okay, look, if you're going to show a game, show me what the game plays like. I don't really care about all this pre-rendered stuff that admittedly looks pretty good, but is in no way indicative of what I'm actually going to be playing. I'm talking stuff like the new Avatar game or whatever Ubisoft's making, or Starfield from Bethesda. You can't just show me a nice pre-rendered cutscene and expect me to care, because all this is just a nice pre-rendered cutscene. I mean, sure, at least with something like Avatar, I mean, I know what Avatar is.
I think.
But even knowing that doesn't really help me figure out what kind of game this is. Like on a scale from Mario Party 8 to Breath of the Wild, how similar is this game to Doom 2016? Look, if you're not ready to show gameplay yet, then that's fine. But honestly, I'd rather you wait until you are ready to show gameplay than to just show off a cutscene. Because here's the thing, if you don't reveal a game, no one will know it exists, so it's not like there's any expectation to show the game off, so you're absolutely free to wait until you've got gameplay to show. The only exceptions I'll give to this rule are sequels, because at least when there's a number at the end of the title, I at least kinda know what I'm getting into. Like sometimes just announcing a new entry in a series is enough. Like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's reveal trailer really isn't mind-blowing or even really good on paper, but people lost their shit over it because it's a new Smash game. And sometimes you just want to announce a game and save a bigger reveal for later, which is exactly what they did for Ultimate, and it went...
Of course, there's also the off chance that the game turns out to be nothing like what's advertised, but honestly, what are the odds of that happening?
Okay, look, I get it. You're trying to sell a product, and if that product isn't very good, you're gonna have to play it up. But there was no worse feeling than seeing one thing and then getting something that doesn't get anywhere close to what was originally shown. Sonic Forces, Sonic 06, Sonic Boom. Wow, Sonic's really bad at advertising. Okay, it's not really fair of me to say, just make a good game. I've never made a game before. I have no idea how easy or hard it is. It's probably very hard. But, you know you can delay a game, right? Just put a little more time into it. I don't think any developers want to put out bad games or games that disappoint fans, but the higher-ups at these companies need to put something on store shelves, and unfortunately, they're willing to take advantage of fans' hopes and expectations to justify releasing a rushed, poor-quality game. The thing is, after a company releases enough crummy games, people will stop buying their crummy games, so while the companies may be making more money in the short run, they're not really playing the long game. I just think companies need to be more flexible and willing to let developers make the games they want to make. Obviously, a game can't be worked on indefinitely, but the developers should be allowed to get to a point where they feel proud of the work they made and are ready to release it.
And obviously there's a line between the game being made and the trailer for that game. If a game's gonna be bad or upset fans, then that's not the trailer maker's fault. They're just trying to do their job, which is to market the game. However, that line is crossed when you add a horrible voiceover spewing absurd nonsense for the entire trailer, Mighty Number 9. So that is my 3-point plan on how to make a good first trailer. And as everyone knows, my word is objective fact. So let's take a look at some trailers that actually follow it.
You know, Portal's reveal trailer does a phenomenal job of nailing the vibe of Portal. It's got that sense of comedy, but it's the uncomfortable kind of comedy because everything around you is fuck. And then these cute little animations that are just very fun to watch and fit the corporate instructional video format the trailer's going for. Unlike Sonic Forces, the other Sonic game that released the same year, Sonic Mania, has a spectacular reveal trailer. I really like this retrospective part at the beginning that actually uses a remix of Sonic 3D Blast's credit music of all things. And then the trailer actually starts and you've got the triumphant dance music come in and BAM! It's an actual real return to form 2D Sonic game. This is just such a fun trailer. I already talked about Smash Ultimate's reveal trailer, but really all of the Smash games have fantastic reveals. I mean, the first trailer for 64 was just this commercial where people in Nintendo character costumes beat the shit out of each other, and it's just really funny. For Melee's reveal, they just showed the opening cutscene at E3 2001, but Melee's opening is really good, and the crowd here is going absolutely nuts, and it's just impossible to hate. And then we've got Brawl's reveal, which throws in like 5 newcomers at you while blaring the theme, which, in my humble opinion, Brawl still has the best theme out of all the Smash games. And then they end the trailer by revealing Solid fucking Snake. Like, huh? What? Why? I love it. And then we got Smash 4 with the Animal Crossing bit, and then you see all the different logos of all the different franchises part of this crossover. And then we got the 3DS version, super cool. And then Mario Moltz's 3DS skin, and we see the Wii U version. And then we got Villager coming to town, and then we get this rapid fire of all the different characters. And I always love seeing this at the end of the Smash 4 trailers. It's so cool. Final Fantasy VII Remake is another one of those trailers that's good simply for the fact that it just reveals the game's coming. I mean, for the whole time, it's like, is this what I think it is? This is what I think it is, right? This has got to be what I think it is for sure. Yep, it is. Wonderful. Tetris Effect's announcement trailer is one of the most powerful trailers I have ever seen in my entire life, and I can't even really describe why. It's just the music and the visuals and the narration and the way everything syncs up perfectly. It all just invokes such an incredible feeling, and I don't even know how. This trailer just perfectly shows off the experience that is Tetris Effect, and it barely even shows any Tetris gameplay. It barely shows off anything at all. It's just weird psychedelic visuals, and yet this is just incredible, and I don't get it.
Wait, so now what?
Well, it's kinda up in the air. Sometimes the game doesn't need another trailer. A lot of games, more specifically on the Nintendo side of things, have been getting announced less than a year from their release date, sometimes only a couple months. When that's the case, then all you really need is the reveal trailer. You might get another trailer thrown in there, and you'll get a launch trailer when the game comes out, but sometimes that's all you'll need, and that's all you'll get. And sometimes, usually for the bigger titles that get announced a year or two ahead of release, you'll get plenty more trailers, which will talk more about the game and, as such, be better than the reveal trailer, no matter how exciting that was. I stand by the opinion that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer at the Nintendo Switch presentation 2017 is probably the best trailer made for anything ever. Then sometimes the game will end up looking pretty different than it did in its first trailer upon its release. But not in the false advertising, intentionally different way, more so the developers just changing things about the game to be more fun, or maybe a section is still a work in progress and they haven't finished the look or control of it yet. And then sometimes the game will get arguably too many trailers in between its reveal and release. I don't think I'm alone in saying the severe overabundance of trailers for Deathloop killed any interest I had in playing the game. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy at E3, except all the time. And sometimes the game will get a reveal trailer and then disappear off the face of the earth.
What, me? Mad? No, I'm not mad. How could I be mad? It's not like I have things I look forward to or anything.
A game's first trailer is really something special. It really does have a lot of bearing on how the game will perform. Granted, it's not the whole piece, but it is a very large piece. Trailers help get the word out about a game in a fun and flashy way, and seeing them done well can be the deciding factor in whether or not you buy a game. It cannot be easy to make even the worst trailers, having to find the right gameplay and cutscenes and anything else to cut between to make the game look as appealing as possible. It might not be as hard as making the games themselves, but the trailers are still a big part of games, and as such, regardless of their quality, I have a huge amount of respect for the people who make them.
Just think, if it wasn't for trailers, we'd be stuck using magazines, and at that point I might as well give up and go clip my fingernails and take my Christmas decorations down.